First, I'd say it's a practice, not a trick, but I get what you're getting at. Thank you for the question. There are three ways that we train the mind's innate capacities. The first one is through meditation, through mindfulness meditation in particular, but not just feeling the breath, which is sort of this overused term of what mindfulness is, has gotten really off track of what it really is. So yes, we can practice with the breath, but we also need to practice with our own thoughts, our own emotions, sounds, a whole host of ways so that we can get to those four things. The second one is leadership reflection. Part of our innate capacity of our brain is for reflection. We teach people very well how to use the capacity of the brain to analyze. We don't teach people how to use the brain's capacity for reflection. And that's where you get the creativity, that's where you get the wisdom, that's where you get the compassion often. The third part, and this goes to specifically to the tricks that you want, Tyler, which is the third part of it is purposeful pauses. I know because I spent 25 years in the corporate world, 25 years plus in a leadership role in the corporate world, that it has to be very practical and real. And one of the things that helps people get off autopilot and stay present during the course of the day is what I call a purposeful pause. And it's actually a little mini training of the brain. And you can take a purposeful pause by doing anything you do routinely and doing it mindfully. An example, if you're going to go and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, actually have the cup of tea. Well, I'll take tea because I'm a tea drinker. So when I was at General Mills, their coffee tea place was on the other side of the floor, and when I felt like I'm slipping into that autopilot world, I would make walking to the cup of tea a purposeful pause. So here's what I would do. I would walk, and every step on the floor, I'd feel my feet on the floor. So I'm not texting while I'm walking. I'm not allowing my mind to go into my planning for my next meeting. I'm just experiencing what my body has experienced. Let my body take center stage. So I'm feeling my foot on the floor. I might feel the touch of the air. I might notice what's around me. When I get to the place, I'm going to listen to the sound of the water. I'm going to smell the aroma of the tea, and I'm going to drink the tea. I was going to go have that cup of tea anyway. The difference is I'm actually embodying my body and my mind fully. I'm bringing myself here. And when I do that, it resets both my mind and my body physiologically. So instead of us ramping up all day and then we have to ramp up more and ramp up more and ramp up more, it does this. It punches holes in the day. So I'm ramping up and I notice it. I can feel it. I've been trained to notice it. I'm going to go take a purposeful pause. And then it ramps up again and I'm going to take it. So instead of ending up here where we get exhausted and we lose our resiliency, I end up somewhere over here. So a purposeful pause, which is part of a whole integrated training, is a really critical part and very real. And you can do it with anything. Brushing your teeth, walking your dog, taking a cup of tea, anything you do routinely, stopping at a red light. Anytime you bring your attention intentionally back to something in your body, your breath, your body sensations, the taste of coffee, you bring yourself into the present. Why? Because the only place I can feel that, notice that, is in the present, right? I can't feel the next breath. I can't feel the one that just passed. I can only taste what's on my tongue right now. So that's one of our ways of training to be present. But it's only a little piece. We have to teach mindful meetings and mindful communications. And how do we get more innovative? All those things. So we have to first get past the hurdle that we need to train our brain in the same way we learned to train our bodies. If I asked my grandmother 50 years ago, I wasn't there then, but if I asked her all those years ago and I ran into her house all sweaty and walked in and said, I've been for a run, she'd say, who was chasing you? We are now at that place where we need to see that this is not a nice to have, and it's about much more than stress, and it doesn't get learned in 5-minute app.